Hey guys, just wanted to do my reaction video to the Super Bowl movie trailers. I didn't get to catch the big game because I was at work. Congrats to the Eagles for winning, I guess. Just kind of rooting for the Patriots, but I guess they got I was told, Eagles got a last minute touchdown, so. But, in any case, I was going to check out the big trailers, see what's to come in the next few months, and I'll give you my thoughts on which ones I'm the most excited for. Oh!
So you want to make a difference?
Yeah.
Trust me, you're going to love it. And which branch are you interested in joining?
I'm going to be a pilot. That's in the galaxy.
Your name?
So this is it? It's all been leading to this? Ready? Let's go.
Not many people know what they would die for.
Daddy's gonna go make that bacon. No, 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 no! My family is trapped 240 floors in the air.
This isn't gonna end the way you want it to.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it.
Oh.
I wonder, did you ever choose not to? The end you always feared is coming. And the blood will be on your hands. The fallout of all your good intentions.
You had a terrible choice to make in Berlin. One life over millions. And now the world is at risk.
This is the CIA's mission. If he had held on to the plutonium, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
His team would be dead.
Yes, they would. That's the job. You don't understand what you're involved in.
You need to walk away.
Please don't make me go through you.
How many times has Hunt's government betrayed him, disavowed him, cast him aside? How long before a man like that has had enough?
Ethan, that's not who we are.
Maybe we need to reconsider that.
So, how is he?
Oh, you know, same old Ethan.
What's he doing?
I find it best not to look.
Do you remember the first time you saw a dinosaur?
Hey, Blue.
You don't really believe it. It's like a miracle. Something's coming.
It's a T-Rex. It's a T-Rex.
Stop. It's not a T-Rex.
Blue, come with me. You know you can't stay here. The Jurassic World. The island. You're all right. Easy, girl. All of that is in the past. Am I dead?
Not yet, kid.
I want to show you the future.
What is that thing?
They made it.
Blue.
You need to get us out of here.
Yeah.
Possible earthquake near the Statue of Liberty.
Looks like you should have left town a little bit earlier.
Whatever you're doing, stop.
Military fighting a massive invasion. Around the world. Total devastation.
I saw something I was not supposed to. They gave me a choice. Die or become a sparrow.
In Moscow, there's a program. They call them sparrows. Trained to seduce and manipulate. That is what she is. She's out of your league. You have a gift. You see through people. Take your life back.
I'll find a way.
You're always one step ahead.
You're right.
Red Sparrow, rated R.
That's not a knife. That's a knife. That's me.
Brian Dundee?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Why do you keep saying really?
You right there, mate?
Nothing to see here, man. Just getting a clean shave with my machete.
See you next week, Barry. You know, when your dad did it, he was much...
Okay, and when my dad told me about this, he was just like, yeah, I just came up and you did this, okay?
I just don't think he can see you from back here.
Not a lot of crocs out here, huh?
It's just 37,000 miles of pristine, beautiful beach, mate. Did you know that Australia makes some of the finest wines in the entire world?
No, I didn't know that.
Thank you very much.
Wait, hold up. This isn't a movie.
No.
It's a tourism ad for Australia.
Yes. But listen, you're the best Crocodile Dundee since Crocodile Dundee.
Really?
Yes, really. And we had the best trip ever, didn't we?
It was pretty sweet.
Hey, you know, there are some great flight deals to Australia right now.
Dude, I get it. It's not a movie, it's a commercial.
Look at this world. This beautiful world.
Oh.
We built this world together.
This is Westworld?
A world where dreams come true.
It's Westworld.
A world where you can be free. But this world is a lie. the ground, and from the ashes build a new world. Our world.
Okay, so my overall thoughts on each movie. I mean, I don't really. I mean, first of all, Star Wars. I mean, I like the cinematography for Solo, a Star Wars movie. I'm optimistic. I'm looking to check it out. I don't get the hate for it. I mean, the only thing I'm raising an eyebrow for is the thing about Han Solo ever being part of I mean, I guess like Han Solo ever being part of the Empire, and I mean, I know that was stuff in Legends where I guess like maybe he was at one point, or he botched and sabotaged or botched a job for the Empire, and maybe left it at one point. I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember. I didn't really keep. I only kept up with so much of stuff from Legends. I didn't read too many of the books, so I could be wrong. I'm going in without. I'm trying to go in with optimism. So yeah, it turns out it was originally going to be directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller from who directed the 21 Jump Street movies, and then they were replaced with Ron Howard, which is like, he's a great director, and I feel like the film's going to be in good hands. I guess my only gripe is that like who they cast as Han Solo. The fact that people are complaining. The fact that people are just complaining that, about Harrison Ford not being in a Han Solo movie. I mean, the guy's in his like his 70s, I think, and he says that he's been wanting to get out of Star Wars since Empire, for crying out loud. I mean, he said the only reason he came back for Force, he felt like his character didn't have any purpose in after Empire, and that's why he was the only actor to not technically sign a 3-picture deal like Carrie Fisher or Mark Hamill. And that's why they had the whole plot of freezing him in carbonite, because they weren't sure if he was going to come back for Return of the Jedi, but they convinced him to, and he came back for Force Awakens under the condition that they killed him off. I mean, it's cool to see like the backstory for Han Solo. He's an iconic character. I mean, granted, I don't know about the casting of this guy's actor. He has like big shoes to fill. But I'm going in optimistic, and hopefully this will be more, and hopefully because he's a familiar, they have familiar characters. It centers around familiar characters that we're attached to, and won't be as boring as Rogue One. And then of course with the Avengers Infinity War, I thought we'd get a little bit more footage, but from what I got is like, now I'm like more I am like more hyped for it than I was before, and especially considering how Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., how they had to worry about stopping the world from being destroyed, and like the circumstances of how it's destroyed are still kind of somewhat vague. I don't know. It's just kind of cool how it's kind of like it's a culmination of everything that's happened. It's almost like it's almost like in a way like kind of how like the first Avengers movie was a culmination of like everything that's happened up to that point. In Marvel, in the MCU, for Phase 1 is a culmination of everything that's happened in Phases 1, 2, and 3. And I don't know, it just feels like, I liked Avengers Age of Ultron. It was good, just not great, but it just kind of felt like, it was kind of like a good sequel. It's one of those things where it's like, it's a good sequel, but not as good as the first, and just kind of a little bit of almost like filler in between Avengers Part 1 and and this in a sense. God, what else? You know, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. I mean, they did have that premise where I don't remember the doctor's name. He was in Jurassic Park and also Jurassic World, but he was kind of like the one who secretly helped genetically engineer the Indominus Rex, and he took samples off the island with him, I think, or samples were in order to. It was like secret project for Engine, and they had some. And Vince D'Onofrio, who was there as a villain, he wanted to train velociraptors to help fight and hunt terrorists and weaponize the dinosaurs. And it looks like this guy says, you know, you got to let go of Jurassic World and look to the future. It looks like maybe he's trying to further those plans where he's, I guess, genetically engineered some kind of velociraptor, his own like genetically enhanced velociraptor or some kind of velociraptor or other dinosaur hybrid. Who knows? And it has, you know, then the others. So it's like trying to figure out how that factors in with, you know, how Chris Pratt and company are trying to get like dinosaurs off Isla Nublar and try to save as many of them from the volcanic eruption. It'll be interesting. It did have vibes of Lost World, which I wasn't like too crazy about that one just because it seems like that was the one that's almost like self-loathed its old premise about how much it hated, about how much like it's like, oh, look how much it sucks to be in an island full of dinosaurs because they like eat you and stuff instead of just focusing on like, okay, yeah, that's the horrible side of it, but here's like but there's also like a majesty of being able to see these dinosaurs in live action, you know. And then with CGI, still I think holds up fairly well, and they're going to go back to animatronics is what I heard, so that they'll bring some realism back with the dinosaurs. And I guess it shows with some of the close-ups. God, they like so many trailers. The Crocodile Dundee one, that was weird. Like, I never seen any of the Crocodile Dundee movies, but I figured, isn't the character Australian? And why is Danny McBride playing it with an American accent? And I don't know, maybe the character, I don't know if the character like moved to the original character moved to the US or just like traveled frequently to the US. I don't know. It was just kind of weird casting choice. I kind of would have seen like maybe it would have seen like, it seems like a miscast. We would like to see Chris Evans maybe in that role, since like just after seeing how funny he could be in like Thor Ragnarok and Vacation and Ghostbusters, I figured like, you know, why just, you know, he's always done these, you know, why not have him take a lead comedic role? I mean, he can do. I know, maybe they're just doing the same route as like 21 Jump Street, just based on the trailer, where there's going to be a lot of like fourth wall breaking. So I don't know. It's hard to say. Westworld, I've only seen a few episodes of. I'm going to plan to finish season 1. I just haven't had the time to. But given a lot of the shows that I've been watching are going on hiatus, maybe I'll finally have a chance to. Quiet Place looks like an interesting, you know, looks like a zombie apocalypse thriller. But you know, I've seen this with World War Z. So is this going to be like too similar to that, or is it going to be like manages to be different? Since it's like since the lead guy's not doesn't seem to be, I don't know. I guess like like a scientist or anything. I don't think he's like a scientist or anything, or maybe. God, so much to see World War Z. I don't remember if Brad Pitt was a scientist or not, or just at least make it feel like it's going to stand out from other zombie apocalypse movies. I guess is what I'm saying. Skyscraper looks like it's pretty good. I mean, it might just be, you know, the Rockies had movies like San Andreas, which end up being big box office hits, even though I never saw it. I never saw it. I never saw the movie. This one just seems like, oh, and you know, how much of the fact that he has like detachable legs going to factor into the plot, or is it going to show like, oh, he can be this total like badass in spite of it? Because at least it wasn't like some cheesy over the top flick where he's just like flinging it around like using it as a weapon or something. And I I know it could be hit. That one looks like, you know, a hit or a miss. Red Sparrow just looks like what would, like, I feel like that's what should have been, like, essentially like the premise of Black Widow and Hawkeye's backstory, just not sanctioned by Marvel. You know, Jennifer Lawrence trained to be a Russian spy, and then Joel Edgerton being the one getting her to turn over a new leaf. It just seems like, it's like the whole Red Sparrow program seems similar to the Black Widow program. It's like, Jennifer Lawrence is in the Black Widow role, and essentially and Joel Edgerton is like their Hawkeye. That's how I just look at it. I can't. It's hard not to make the comparison considering how much the backstory has been described in the MCU. And am I leaving? God, there's just like so many freaking trailers. I feel like I'm leaving one out. I feel like that just covers I don't know. That covers most of them. I feel like, or they're the ones that just stood out. At least the ones that like stood out to me. But yeah. So definitely Solo, Star Wars movie, Ultron, Mission Impossible. Looks like I got caught up on that because I mean, it looks like Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, and I guess the woman who is the love interest from the fifth one is coming back. It looks like this is the one where the one where Henry Cavill was shooting, where he had to digitally remove his mustache for Justice League, and it was hard. Like, first I thought he was going to be a villain or something because of how he was standing with Angela Bassett, one of those like bureaucrats for he was like denouncing Ethan Hunt and his actions, and then maybe he's an agent hunting down Ethan Hunt because he goes rogue. Maybe from the looks of it, who knows? But anyway, so I say like Mission Impossible looks good. I guess it's the same thing as anything that's kind of like a sequel, pretty much to the ones that I'm the one that speak. Sparked my interest the most, and well, the new stuff, I would say, I don't know, maybe I'd guess like Quiet Places would be the one that seemed the most interesting. But anyway, guys, which of these projects are you looking forward to the most? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.